Hello, Francesca Ragucci here, CEO of Francesca Ragucci Marketing, and today I am with Hillary Berenato. She is an Instagram influencer and blogger at Gardenia Avenue. Hillary is on multiple social media platforms, and today she's showing me how to be an influencer. She's taking me through the behind the scenes of all the angles that you see, the gorgeous angles on her Instagram as well as her blog.
So we're just so lucky to be local here, and as you can see, there are so many stunning areas to shoot. So we're in the main lobby right now. There's a gorgeous grotto outside, there's a pool area out back, and what we usually strive for is finding great lighting, making sure there aren't too many exterior things going on.
What's great lighting?
That's a great question. So in the beginning, it's funny, and a lot of it's trial and error, but you would think a beautiful sunny day would be a great place to shoot, or a great time to shoot, but really an overcast day or shadowy areas really are the best, because it is able to really get the camera to focus very clearly. And it seems like when you're in the sun, the shadows, like even if you move your face funny, like you can get the shadows on your face with the sun. So if you eliminate that, you just have a straightforward, clear shot in a pretty well shadowed area. Obviously, there are a million beautiful places to take the picture, but it's not just snapping a picture and then throwing it up on Instagram. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that goes on with editing the pictures, finding the background, finding a beautiful place to shoot, because your client is expecting you to produce a really high quality product. They're not going to want to work with someone who's just standing in their bedroom or snapping a selfie.
So no selfie shots?
I think I can honestly say of my 275 pictures, or however many pictures, I've never taken a selfie.
Whoa!
Yeah, or posted the selfie. I just don't think it's a strong enough representation of my brand, and I wouldn't want to just expect that someone is going to engage with just my selfie picture, because there's so much more that goes into the picture for me. Every time that I post a picture, I think, would someone want to see this picture? And if it's not a strong enough picture, I don't post it, because if I'm not wowed by it, then why would someone else be?
Sure. And I mean, this is a great place. It has a lot of interest. So when you're, let's say, taking a picture, which is more complex as an influencer than just snapping one picture, getting an iPhone tripod and taking a picture of you smiling in front of the camera, you're going through multiple looks, you're perhaps posing with the product or capturing the service in such a way that's detailed and to the interest of your audience. So how do you take one picture like that?
Well, so it's never just one picture. It's always like 60 pictures, and you get one good one. Because what I find works best is really capturing a natural moment. So what I like to do is I like to move in my pictures. So I will change my hair, change my stance, change even just moving an inch can change the whole vibe of your picture. So it's the difference between just like being face on like this and maybe moving off to the side and having your feet out. What I think is a little different about my approach and some other influencer approach, I'm not a model, so I'm not standing here posing and expecting someone to think that, I'm some supermodel off the runway. No, I'm just a normal girl. I'm just an everyday, relatable person, so I don't need to be posing. So the more natural I can look and feel in a picture, I think comes across to my followers that they want to follow me because of that, because I'm not a model, I'm just a regular girl. What Instagram is, what's funny about Instagram is it's a highlight reel. It's someone's highlight reel. It's someone's beautiful, curated life in squares.
Because of those grids, which are so fabulous.
So you see a sliver of someone's life in these pictures, but what the videos are able to portray, or my written content are able to portray, is that my life is crazy. You know, my daughter wakes up at 6:30 this morning asking me for potato chips. I'm trying to balance my regular full-time job, my house that needs new lights, my car that needs an oil change, but I can't find 5 minutes to go and do it. So
Sure.
I try to create relatable, real-life stuff because that's what everybody's going through. Nobody has it easy. Nobody has, you know, this picture-perfect life that comes through sometimes on Instagram. So I think a successful partnership is both sides being happy. So of course I would love for my client to, my post produce sales for my client, but the partnership is only successful in my eyes if my readers find that information useful.
I am on Instagram and I just search hashtag Instagram influencer or lifestyle blogger. I see so much and I'm looking at every single profile and I almost get a little overwhelmed because there's so many influencers and there's so much out there, and it's like, from a client's perspective, how do they really intuitively know, like, hey, this is a person who's matching for that business? Perhaps it's like you just said, it's the authenticity, it's the everyday lifestyle, it's looking inside of the book, looking in at the content, reading the blog, and really seeing, is this a prospective great match, and just following through with it.
Yeah, and what I think sometimes people get these days, maybe they think like, oh, influencers are just someone who just snaps a picture and then throws it up on Instagram.
It's a highly used word today, let's say.
Right, but beyond the word influencer, I think I've been able to build up a trust between myself and my followers, and I want to be more of a friend who is just suggesting products. And that's where I think I can separate myself from the other influencers versus you know, someone who trusts me and understands what my values are from seeing my curated Instagram role. I just was talking with a company that I'm partnering with over the next 3 months, and they said one of the, you know, we're excited to work with you because we are excited that you're going to promote this on your social media platforms, but we're excited for the content that you create that we can use on our platforms beyond the 2 or 3 pictures that I may post on Facebook and Instagram.
Sure.
I'm giving them a lot of content that they would otherwise have to pay a model or an advertising campaign. They're able to use the content that I've produced to advance their product.
Hillary, what is the cost of working with you? What's that process look like for the investment?
That's a great question. So I would, what's interesting about the platform is it's ever changing, because really my reach can kind of be, can grow every day. So at the moment, I'm around $200-300 for a dedicated Instagram post.
So that's one post.
One post, okay. But with also I usually include 2 or 3 video pieces with it. So it'll be in my stories.
Okay.
Yeah. So I can also do a dedicated blog post to my followers. Okay. That's more in like the 400 or 500 range, and that gets you 9-10 pictures. Posting, I can do stories, but mostly just the blog post, and then I do an Instagram post alongside that blog post because there's so many followers on Instagram that I can route back to my blog. Sure. But the beauty of the blog is that you can really talk about the product, and the script is a lot longer than your Instagram caption.
Exactly. So when someone is partnering with you as a business, they're really investing into yourself as a part of their overall marketing and advertising budget.
Absolutely. And I think, as we talked about this earlier, especially with my the companies that I work for locally, you know, one of the benefits that I have is that I'm a local person and I have a lot of local knowledge. So I think that's a benefit for the client side.
Okay. So now we're outside. So Hillary, are you able to show what outside pictures look like
Definitely.
for you?
Sometimes it's great to find a good shady location.
Sure.
So my mom and I were over here earlier test shooting, and we were saying that the sun may have changed at this point, but it's mostly shady here, right?
Wow, yeah.
Yes, we watch the face light.
Okay.
So
See, she'll get into the.
That's
good.
perfect.
So that's good.
Yeah. So usually I'll just, I've done a few shots here, and I think we were talking about it earlier. Sometimes having some movement in your picture creates more of a relatable feel. So we'll just take a couple shots, you know, engaging with the steps or with the wind moving. Sometimes a little bit of wind is okay.
Because even you standing like this, it's so natural, like what you're doing with your legs and your arms and the way your hair's moving. And I like what you said, that you're incorporating the wind a little bit, because when I look at a picture, someone looks at a picture, they'll say, oh, it's a picture perfect day, and maybe it was so windy out or there was snow on the ground, and you're just showing really like the natural sense of like being outside in nature.
And that's a great point to touch on with influencer marketing. You know, you're not curating a perfect life. You're talking about a regular, everyday life that is relatable. And there is a stat, I believe it's 86% of women use influencer marketing and social media to drive their purchases. So you're not really finding that women are purchasing products from a perfect picture.
Sure.
They're purchasing products from something that they see, someone that looks like them, it's working for them. So I just feel like the shift is happening where the sales, a company's sales are driven by influencer marketing versus print advertising.
Like we're thinking about that traditional high fashion design, or that big company who has the perfectly curated picture where there's behind the camera, there's 20 people, makeup, you know, all types of things like that, perfect day. And really it's just you and your mother.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
in our neighborhood.
in the neighborhood.
Yeah. So I think that comes through in my pictures, that this is life. The main difference of some of the appeal of using someone like me versus a large advertising bit company is really just the ease and the access. You know, there isn't 20 people behind the camera with makeup and hair and lighting. Really, this is, again, my everyday life. This is, you know, the outfit that I'm wearing today, and this is in my neighborhood. So really, I'm just capturing pieces of my everyday life. I hoped to create a place of, you know, a sense of, if you were thinking of Gardenia Avenue, gardenias are a beautiful smelling flower, my grandmother's favorite flower, and just create a thought of an engaging and warm and nice place. I wanted it to just be a place where you would go for all positive things.
Hillary, thank you so much for your energy today. Absolutely. And really taking us all and you watching behind the scenes of one social media post, which is really a big process, and I'm sure it's very rewarding for you as we're talking. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Hillary.
Yeah, you got it.